Okay, right now on your screen, you're seeing some of the most frequent complaints coming into WSMV4 Investigates, and it's about apartment complexes.
Everything from black mold to repairs going unfixed to car thefts. We heard your complaints, and WSMV4 Investigates decided to take action.
So we combed through nearly 5 years of data to find the apartment complexes in town with the most code complaints and reports of violent crime.
Chief investigative reporter Jeremy Finley found many of these risky rentals have one thing in common.
So this is the next door neighbor's garbage.
Alfreda Davidson is not a fan of both the view outside her front door
This garbage has been sitting here since at least November.
and of her bathroom ceiling.
I had a hole that was leaking.
Davidson's neighbor in the Arrive apartment complex, Mary Anderson, is just thankful to have water after she says the complex shut it off for 36 hours.
I had to contact my mom about possibly taking my kid to go get a bath. Had to go buy gallons of water to be able to just flush the toilet.
Overall, just negligence of this place.
And if you think Frida Davidson's trash situation is bad, look at what we found deeper into the complex. A dumpster just overflowing with trash.
But what if I told you this isn't the apartment with the most code complaints in the city? We know that because WSMV4 Investigates looked at nearly 5 years worth of data about apartment complexes in the city. We analyzed complaints filed with Metro codes and calls to Metro Police about violent crimes at complexes. So, who's at the top of the list? The complex with the most calls about violent crime, nearly 400 calls to police, is Charter Village in Madison. The complex with the most code complaints, more than 100 of them, is Mosaic Apartments, not far from the airport. If that name sounds familiar, you may remember that just last fall, renters signed a petition demanding better housing conditions. And our analysis found 8 additional complexes that have more than 100 calls about violent crime and at least 20 code complaints. Here's the thing about those complexes. Most are owned by out-of-state companies. Arrive also has an out-of-state owner.
We found the same thing in our own neighborhood.
We took our findings to the mayor, who says even though the city has increased workers in the codes department, sending notices to out-of-state owners is often fruitless.
It's much more difficult to get that property owner, particularly if it's a large organization, to wind up showing up to environmental court to address some of these property standards.
So, what do these complexes have to say? The leasing office at Arrive wasn't happy that we arrived.
Yeah, hi, I'm Jeremy Finley with Channel 4. I left a message last week here.
We don't do no comments. We're not allowed to comment
Okay.
at all.
Okay, so you don't want to make any response at all to these complaints?
We're not allowed to speak to anybody.
And the complex with the most reports of violent crimes, Charter Village, their owner sent us a statement, reading in part, "Since we acquired the property at the end of September 2023, we have been working diligently to address the pre-existing issues and improve Charter Village." As for Davidson, she says she's had enough of the hole that she says took 4 months to fix and the lingering trash. She's moving out.
It's disheartening. It's quite frankly shameful.
Wow. Hey, if you want to look up complaints about your apartment complex or the one you're thinking about moving into, just pull up the WSMV4 app. We got it there for you on the Investigates tab.